This is Quarter 1, Project 4, the Renaissance. Rome has been gone for centuries, and Europe has been mired in the part of the Middle Ages known as the Dark Ages. Then, in 1265, a man named Dante Alighieri is born in Florence, which is now part of modern Italy. At the time, the Italian peninsula is not one unified kingdom, but a series of powerful, competing city-states. Florence is one of the greatest, and Dante is one of its most brilliant citizens. As these city-states competed for power with each other, various factions also competed for control within each city-state. Dante found himself the unfortunate loser in one of these power struggles when the white Guelph faction that he supported was defeated by their rival black Guelphs. Exiled from the city he had loved his entire life, Dante found himself with revenge on his mind and plenty of time to write. It's never a good idea to give brilliant people who don't like you time to really think about it, but that's exactly the mistake that Dante's enemies made. Their memories have paid dearly for it for over 700 years. You see, Dante spent his time in exile writing his masterpiece, the Divine Comedy. In the first part of this three-part epic poem, Inferno, Dante damns his enemies by placing those who wronged him in real life into the fiery pits of hell. The first part of this project will focus on Dante Alighieri, but Dante simply laid the groundwork for the Renaissance. He was dead decades before the great figures of the early Renaissance were even born, and more than a century before the artists of the High Renaissance period were around. In the second part of this project, we will take a look at the greatest of the High Renaissance artists, Leonardo da Vinci, a painter, sculptor, architect, engineer, and all-around Renaissance man. Da Vinci was born in Florence in 1452. 17 years later, the last of the great Florentine men we will discuss in this project was born. Part 3 of this project will focus on Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli and Da Vinci lived in Florence at the same time. In fact, we know they crossed paths several times while in the service of a man named Cesare Borgia. Machiavelli was a great political philosopher and strategist, and in part 3 of this project, we will look at his greatest work, The Prince. This is a very Edpuzzle heavy project, so I won't include any readings this time around. Remember to come see Mrs. Evaristo and I in our WebEx from 3 to 4 p.m. on weekdays if you need help. Otherwise, complete the Edpuzzles and mark this assignment turned in to complete Quarter 1. Now get to work.